Freeheel Lifers, what's up? It's Josh. I'm back from Freeheel Life, where we preserve, protect, and promote telemark skiing. And I'm excited about this video because we're gonna be building on last week's video about telemark stance and how to make a good one. So today's video is gonna be all about the big toes, okay? And how these big toes are gonna help us make great turns as we start moving into thinking about how to pressure our feet as we're on the hill. But it all starts now when we're on a nice floor, we don't have any snow moving us around, and we're gonna talk about it. So to get started, what I wanna talk about is what is the big toe and why is it important? Well, the big toe, obviously it's on your foot, and it's gonna help us direct the way that we're going, okay? So very first thing is, if I push on my right big toe, it means I'm gonna go left. Okay? And if I push on my left big toe, I'm gonna go right. So that's the premise. So let's focus in on my feet for a second, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about in terms of pressure. Okay, so I put this piece of paper down just to give us a little more contrast on what my toe is doing against the floor. But what I wanna show you is the basic pressure that I'm talking about. And it's as simple as this. I'm gonna push my big toe down, and what you can see is you'll see my ankles moving. And that's essentially what I'm doing is I'm pressuring that big toe, my ankle's going in a little bit, and it's as simple as that. We're just pressuring that big toe, and it's bringing our ankle to the inside a little bit. And this is the pressure that we want to be doing inside the ski boot. And we're gonna talk a little bit about what this actually does. I know you got to see my feet close up. Hopefully you kind of got a sense for what I'm talking about. It's very simple. When I say we're literally pushing the big toe down, that's all we're doing, okay? So let's put it into context about what we're doing and why we're doing it, okay? So the big toe is what's actually going to help initiate our turn. Now let's imagine that we're on snow, because I'm almost talking about the very beginning of learning how to turn on snow. I'm not even talking about a telemark turn specifically. I'm talking about how I explain it to kids when I teach them to ski. Many years ago when I was a ski instructor, we talked about two things. We talked about pizza, which meant like a snowplow or a wedge, and we talked about French fries, which is where your skis are parallel, okay? So pizza, French fries. And the relationship of pressuring this big toe, this is how I would teach kids to turn. So a lot of times we're controlling the speed with the pizza slice. Obviously the bigger the pizza, the slower it goes. Just like when we eat a lot of pizza, we slow down a lot, right? So that's how we would teach the kids. Big pizza slice, slower, okay? So we'd get them to control the speed like this, and then a lot of times we'd have them follow me, and I would say, right big toe. And what they would do is push on that right big toe, and it's gonna turn them to the opposite side, going left. Left big toe makes them go right, and so on. So you get the idea. Very, very simple. So why is this important as telemark skiers? Pizza, French fries, oh, Josh, you're going way back. This is beginner stuff. It is beginner stuff. These are those fundamentals I was talking about. Just like making a good telemark stance, this is exactly what we want to do. And this is one of those things we can drill on snow, is literally going back, make a pizza. I don't care how advanced you are. Make the pizza slice and practice your right big toe going left, press your left big toe going right. It's an amazing way to start feeling the pressure. Now the important part, when you're looking at my foot, I was showing like how the ankle, you push on that big toe and the ankle comes in a little bit. This is natural, and this is what we want to happen, okay? Now in a stiff ski boot, a plastic modern telemark boot, it's a little harder to feel that, flex of the boot going this way. But this is why this is so important. These are those little details that we want to pay attention to. And the big toe is so, so important. So how does this apply to telemark skiing? Well, I think there's a couple things that we're going to lead into with this, and I don't want to give you too much. Some of you more advanced telemark skiers are probably thinking, what about the little toe? What about parallel? You're only talking about pizza. This is the very, very, very basic fundamental of foot pressure and adding that, like we talked about in the last video, these are the building blocks. So we've got our stance. Now I want you to understand pressuring the big toe and almost learning how to pressure that big toe in that pizza snowplow stance. And now how do we apply it to a telemark stance? Check this out down here. So the first thing we're gonna do is get into that telemark stance, and I'm gonna do it facing the camera so you can actually see. I've got about my boot width back here. I've got about a half a boot width between my feet, like we talked about making a good telemark stance. Okay, my knees over my big toe. Now, exactly what I was showing is just, I want you to stand here and practice just pressuring that big toe, okay? You can see there's a couple things happening. My ankle's bending, or my ankle's going to the inside a little bit, and my knee's even shifting a little bit. Pressure that big toe. And I'm not even doing anything with the back leg. Like I said, this will play in later on. We'll build upon this. But I'm practicing with that big toe. I'm getting that ankle flex and that knee's moving a little bit. And I'm pressuring that side. So if I were to be standing on slope and just going down a very easy incline, down a simple on-piece situation, and I were just to go like this and push that big toe, I'm actually going to go left. So my right lead leg, right big toe pressure, and I'm gonna go left. So the quick summary is this: big toe is so important. Learning how to pressure that toe and knowing what it's gonna do, okay? So like we said, going back to the pizza application, I like pizza. Snowplow is kind of a boring way to say it, so we're gonna stick with pizza. If I push the right big toe, I go left. If I push the left big toe, I'm gonna go right. How I like this application for telemark skiing is as we learn a good telemark stance and we learn how to pressure, that corresponding toe is actually the lead telemark leg. What the lead telemark leg means is my downhill leg. It's the leg that's forward, okay? So in a telemark turn, if I want to go left, I'm putting my right foot forward, which is my downhill ski, and that's also the big toe that I'm going to be pressuring, okay? So the point of this video was basically to talk about the big toe, what it looks like when you pressure the big toe, how you can practice it, and honestly, when you very first get on snow this year, I don't care how advanced or beginner you are, I want you to get in that nice pizza snowplow wedge and just cruise around, pressing your big toes and seeing what happens. Get that sensation dialed into your brain so that we can apply it to more advanced techniques in our telemark turn, and we'll keep building on that from here on out. So I really enjoyed making this video. I love especially talking about the fundamentals, because this is how you become a better telemark skier, and it's how you start telemark skiing if you're a beginner watching this video. So if you found value in the video that I just did, please like and subscribe to the channel. That goes without saying. That helps support us. I've also added a membership level that you can actually join the channel, and you'll find a little join button below the video, and I would love for you to check those out as well. That helps support what I'm doing in terms of work and spreading telemark and helping get more information out there about things like this, like technique and equipment and what we're doing here at Freeheel Life. So until the next video, spread telemark always.